So you were told to go to school, get a good job, and you'd be set for life. What if I told you that your 9 to 5 is actually keeping you broke? And even with a good salary, most people still never build wealth. And in this video, I'm gonna break down why and how you can escape the cycle. I mean, let's be real, most people believe that their job is secure. But have you ever seen mass layoffs, recessions, or companies going under overnight? You know that this is not true. The truth is, you don't control your job. Your boss does, the economy does, and if your income depends on someone else, you're never in full control over your financial future. So let's break down all the reasons why 9 to 5 keeps you stuck. The first thing is you pay the most in taxes. The highest taxed income is earned income, the money that you get from a paycheck. And so when it comes to business owners, we have so many different tax incentives that employees don't get to take advantage of. So it's like, as an employee, you're working the hardest, but you take home the least amount of money. Number two is that your wages don't keep up with inflation. I mean, a 3% raise doesn't mean much when in reality, inflation is 6 to 8%. They'll never tell you that, but that's really what it is. And so you're actually losing money every single year by continuing to just spend your time earning money in this way and only having a 3% growth of your income year over year. Number three is that your income is capped. So if you're paid for your time in the form of an hourly wage or a salary, you're instantly capped on the amount of money you can make because you can only work so many hours. And so even if you grind harder, you can't create more hours in a day. Now, if you also are able to earn money in the form of commission on a results or production basis, you have a little bit more control over how much money you make because it's based on the effort and the results that you're able to produce. But most people are not paid on that type of pay structure. Most people are paid for their time. Number four is what I like to call the trap. And what that means is that your lifestyle expands with the amount of money that you're taking home every single month. And so most people don't save or invest their raises. They end up just buying more cars, bigger houses, more clothes. And now they need that paycheck more than ever to be able to cover their new monthly expenses. And so this forces people to stay at a job even if they don't enjoy it, just because it makes them enough money to be able to cover their monthly living expenses. And so essentially you're in a trap where basically you can't get out of it unless you get rid of all those things. And once you have them, it's very difficult to let them go due to pride, due to just different circumstances and things like that. So this is things that a lot of people don't think about, but it's very easy to increase your lifestyle, especially when everyone else around you is also doing the same thing. Number five is a big one, and this one is you get addicted to receiving a weekly or bi-weekly paycheck. And so the biggest trap itself is comfort. So when you know you have a cushy paycheck coming in every week, every 2 weeks, you completely stop thinking about more ways that you can make money for yourself outside of a job. And this is the biggest trap because at the end of the day, your job can be taken from you under multiple different types of circumstances. But at the end of the day, your skill sets that you have, your ability to produce income on your own without a job, is something that nobody can ever take away from you. But if you don't spend any time or energy developing those skill sets, developing that knowledge, you are completely reliant on a job, which means you're completely reliant on someone else in order to put food on your table. Number six is that the social pressures keep you stuck. And so when it comes to your coworkers, they're extremely comfortable with the situation. They have no goals or plans of building wealth, and that'll pressure you to think in the same way, whether it's going out to eat, buying a new car, buying a new house, or just simply just playing it safe and not wanting to take on risk. At the end of the day, you're only going to change your situation if you do something different. You have to do something different than what you've been currently doing. And if you're not willing to take leaps or take risk in order to try something different, you're going to continue to get exactly what you can get. Number seven is that most people buy into this idea of retirement. And I'm here to tell you, retirement is an illusion. Most people think that once they turn 65, they magically can just go on vacation for the rest of their life and never have to think or worry about money ever again. But when people get to that point, they realize that they actually need to work even harder because they still don't have enough money in order to be able to do what they want to do. So they have to continue to rely on a job and, kind of penny pinch and save money because all those years that they were just continuing to just to have that consistent, comfortable paycheck come in, and they didn't think about when they would get older, right? And so usually they'll have maybe a retirement account with some money in it, but that's just a lump sum of money. And so that lump sum of money, A, has not been growing at the pace of inflation. And second, when that money runs out, you have to now go find another stream of income. So usually you end up going back to a 9 to 5, unless you've been building up your asset column over the years. And most people haven't, because like I said, it's that social pressure to just be comfortable and just be okay with the status quo, what everyone else is doing. And this is the biggest trap. And number 8 is that you're always at risk, whether that be layoffs, bad job markets, or even emergencies. A lot of times when emergencies happen in life, if you don't have additional money or additional streams of income, losing your job can cause a lot of financial hardship in people's lives, and it could set people back a very long time if they're not prepared for those scenarios. But when you rely on a job, that is the direct outcome of not being in control of your financial future. And so how do you use your 9 to 5 to set up your exit? This is something that a lot of people have desires and dreams of starting their own business, but they just don't really know how to make that happen, right? And so when it comes to your job, I'm not telling you to quit your job today or even tomorrow. I'm telling you to use your job as a stepping stone, okay? There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 unless you are relying on it for the rest of your life. But if you're just using your job as a stepping stone in order for you to just get into your own business eventually, or some type of financial vehicle where you have a lot more control, that is okay, right? That's how you use it in the right way. You use your job to learn skills. You use that additional money that you have, instead of spending it on your lifestyle, you use that money to invest into your different business ideas and things like that. And so let's jump into a few ways that you can use your job as a stepping stone, so that way you can make that transition. And so the first thing is working a job that pays you to learn. This is so huge. So you want to work a job that teaches you skills that you can use within your own business. So that could be sales, that could be marketing, that could be leadership. These are all skill sets that will be able to help you so much when it comes to starting your own business. And so if you're working a job right now that's not really teaching you skills or industry knowledge that you can use within your own business, then you need to kind of think about that and consider getting into something that's going to actually teach you those skills that you can use within your own thing. That's what's really going to get you ahead. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you just continue to get that paycheck, pay your expenses. It's just a cycle that never ends. But when you eventually learn the skill sets that you can use to be able to make money on your own, that's when you can really start to make those leaps and really get to where you want to go financially. So make sure that the job that you're working is not just some dead-end job that you're just going to make money. You want to make sure that you're also learning skills and knowledge that can help you within your own business. Number 2 is identify problems in the market. So use your job to identify problems. When you're talking to customers, what are some issues that they're still having that are not being met? Problems equals opportunity. So when you find common issues that people are dealing with, but then you're talking to people, you keep finding that they have the same issue and that the products and services that are currently available are not meeting those needs, you can actually create a solution that will solve that problem for people. And then that's going to be your opportunity, or one opportunity that you can use in order to transition into doing your own thing. And so you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You just have to find problems that people have that are not being met. And then that's where you can come up with your own products and services that you can now offer to the marketplace. Number 3 is work a job where you get paid for production instead of your time. And so if possible, I'd recommend switch to a position where instead of you just being paid for your time, you now get paid for results, right? So you get paid on commission for the results that you can produce in the marketplace. Because at the end of the day, when you're a business owner, nobody's going to be paying you an hourly paycheck. No one's going to be paying you a salary. You're going to be paying yourself. But it's all going to be based on your ability to produce results in the marketplace. And so working a commission job where you don't really get a high salary or high hourly rate, or maybe not even at all, you get used to getting paid for what you produce. And this is a really, really good way to get used to not having that illusion of a secure, safe paycheck that most people cling to at their 9 to 5. Number 4 is use your free time to learn. Because at the end of the day, we have 168 hours within a week. And if you're only working about 40 hours a week, that's still 128 hours left over. So during those 128 hours, what are you doing with your time, right? When you're driving, when you're at the gym, if you work out, when you're just sitting around, right? And you're at home, you have a lot of free time. Are you watching Netflix, or are you reading books, investing time and energy into learning, right? Watching YouTube videos that can teach you things, or maybe you're investing a little bit of money into some mentorships that can teach you leaderships, sales, marketing. These are skills that will really take your life to the next level. And not only those three, but also learning financial literacy. Because the biggest thing when it comes to creating your own security, it's understanding, how does money work, right? How is money created? Like, what do you do with it once you have it? How do you keep it, right? That's the main thing. You got to learn how to earn money, how to keep money, and how to multiply it. Those three things are what really financial literacy is, and understanding it is really what will take your finances to the next level. Number 5 is leverage your retirement money and any lump sums of cash that you have sitting in a bank account. It's extremely important. So when it comes to any lump sums of cash that you have, at the end of the day, that money's not doing anything for you. So I'm not saying to just spend it or get rid of it. What I'm saying is use that money to build out banking relationships, right? And so you're going to move this money around to other banks. And when you put your money into a bank and you let it sit for a little bit, that is a relationship that's now being established with that bank. And the reason why you want to do this is because when it comes to getting funding for your business credit cards, lines of credit, loans, things like that, banks will lend to you based on how strong that relationship is and also how good your credit is and things like that. And so instead of just having that money to sit in just your local bank, find out the banks that have really great business credit products, and that can help you be in position when it comes time for you to start your business. You don't have to figure out how to save money up. You don't have to figure out how to borrow money from friends, or you don't have to use your personal credit cards or to try to worry about getting a business loan. You could just go to the banks and you can get access to business credit cards. And if your business or LLC is a little bit older, maybe even some business lines of credit. But this will give you additional working capital that you can use when you're starting your business. So you'll be able to operate a lot more smooth without worrying about how you're going to get money to fund your marketing campaigns, hire your staff members, and things like that. So I highly recommend that if you have any lump sums of money, I would start using it so that way you can actually access business funding. And so when it comes to business funding, if this is something that you need help with, that's actually what we specialize in, and we can help you fast track that process of getting the funding that you need in order to start or grow your business. So there will be a link in the description below for you to be able to qualify for funding and speak with our team. Number 6 is know your exact cost of living down to the penny. And so this is important because if you know exactly what you need in order for you to survive and cover your basic needs, you now know what target that you need to set within your business. I'm not saying make your target your bare minimum necessities. No, make your target at least 10 times whatever your necessities are. So if your monthly expenses are $3,000 a month or $5,000 a month, focus on making $30,000 to $50,000 a month within your business. And I know if you've never even thought like this, these numbers can sound unrealistic or they don't make sense, but it's very, very possible, very achievable. And these are results that I've been able to see in my own life and also other friends that I have that are also entrepreneurs as well. So don't really think it takes a super long time to be able to scale your income or make money, because at the end of the day, in entrepreneurship, this is a skill-based game. So once you learn what you need to do and how to do it, the money comes in by default, because at the end of the day, the money comes from you solving problems for other people. So focus on making at least 10 times what you need in order to survive every single month and take home profit from your business. That's the key. And so if you're serious about leaving your 9-to-5 and building real wealth, the first step is learning financial literacy. How does money work? How do I make money? How do I keep money? And how do I multiply it? And so if you want to learn how to fund your business and break free from your 9-to-5, click the link in the description below. It's going to be the most efficient and effective way for you to get to where you want to go. And so the only real security in life will come from your ability to create income for yourself. And so your job will never provide that, but entrepreneurship will. And so the real question is, are you ready to take control over your life and your finances? That's a decision that you have to make. If you guys have any questions or feedback, drop that in the comment section below. And with that being said, my name is Jalil Nash, founder of JSM Funding Solutions. And if you guys got value from this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever we create more great content like this. But I'll see you guys in the next video.